What up, what up, what up? Welcome, everybody. My name is Frank Salas. I go by the name The Talented Mr. Salas. I am coming to you live on location here in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And I have a special guest for you guys. As you know, it is my duty to serve you guys in the talent tribe, in the millennial marketers. This is small business owners, entrepreneurs, people who want to be entrepreneurs, people who want to start their own social media marketing agencies. But basically, at bottom line, people who want to make money online. And the number one component out of all things that you need to make money online is you need to have strong copywriting skills, or you need to work with somebody that's exceptionally strong, because when you put up a website, when you put up a Facebook page, that's a digital asset. So I come from the real estate world, and you can buy an asset like a home, a duplex, a multifamily property, and that brings you money every month. On the internet world, if you put up a website or a digital asset like a Facebook page or a Twitter page or an Instagram page or a sales page or a landing page, that is a digital asset that brings you money every second. And it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Mitch Miller, who's out in Phuket, Thailand right now. He's a world traveler. He's a copywriting king, and if you're not following him, you absolutely need to. Mitch is on location right now, so his video is not the best. Mitch, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm happy to be here, brother. And I'm the ghost in the machine. So you can't see me, but you can hear me. So I'm like a ghost haunting you guys.
Word, man, word. So we're going to all of our interview styles are really raw and rugged, man. And we just want to, keep the bottom line, because a lot of people on the online space, they're like, buy this program, do this. And they're kind of saying the same things over and over again. And what I'm personally attracted to from your content is that you keep it so raw, you keep it so real. And one of the latest posts that you put up over on your Facebook personal profile, which I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. This is Mitch Miller. Make sure you guys follow him. Check him out there. And he also has a business page over at Mitch Miller, at The Real Mitch Miller. Make sure you follow him and get to know his content. But one of the posts that I saw, I'm going to see if I can find it here in a bit, is a screenshot that you shared of you selling your products all over the world and just kind of your thoughts and views on marketing globally. Can you share that with us a little bit?
Okay, right. Yeah. So when I first started marketing and making money online, because most of the people selling stuff online are from America and from the West, then usually most of their customers are from the West as well. So you got this big, huge circle jerk of people selling to each other, which is fine. It's all good. But there's certain price points, right? Like a big course or something is like $2,000, or, an intro course is like $97 or something. So you got those price points anchored. And what I started to realize, because when you're a writer, see, I didn't even know I was a writer, but when I figured out I was a writer and I could write words that actually moved people, and then I realized that actually like basically is marketing, I started to realize that because people from all around the world started kind of coming, following my stuff, and I was selling stuff for a long time, and I'd always get people saying, man, you like, can you do stuff for our market? Can you do stuff for our market? And I didn't know what that meant. I was like, come on, man, like just save up and do this. And I would talk to a few people, some maybe from India, or even when I went to live in the Philippines and stuff. And then you realize very quickly, like, oh, I just didn't realize how little some people make. And it's not little. I just realized how much their currency doesn't have, it doesn't compare to, say, the US market. So I realized like a $2,000 program, man, that's like, for some people, that's like saving up their entire full-time wage for like 11 months. And so I was like, okay, I decided to make a lot of my content free. You see, Frank, I put out like free shit like crazy. And then I also sell a lot of products now, but they're all very inexpensive, like from $7 to $100. And so the reason I did that is because I realized that people are being neglected. Like, it's not fair to just have courses available at $2,000 for Americans. It's an elite. I think everybody around the world should be able to afford good knowledge from people without having to made feel guilty for like pirating it or something.
Great stuff. And I'm sharing my screen for you guys over at home. We're going to watch this on the replay on our Facebook channel, on our YouTube. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe and follow both of our pages. So this is a screenshot that he posted up here in November 3rd. So this is literally a week ago. And he says, he just took a screenshot of all his sales. As you noticed, he is still selling to other markets. Of course, like that's where the money is, but he's also making it affordable. And all these numbers do add up, a few thousand here, a few hundred there. for people that are really going to actually go through your content. If somebody from the Philippines spends, $7 on a program, man, that's their food for like a week, guys. I mean, that's like real life, an investment for them. And they're going to go through the program. They're actually going to take the action because they're tired of their situation. Their pain of their current situation is greater than the pleasure of them saving or maybe even eating for the next 4 or 5 days. And this is an untapped market. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring Mitch on here, of course, he's selling to United States, UK, he's Canadian, and so on and so forth. But he's also getting that extra, just, basically bleeding the turnip dry or getting the extra squeeze from the juice. And this is what I wanted to show you guys here. So you're a world traveler right now. Talk to us a little bit about like your experience with traveling and running an online business. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people might be stuck in an office. They might be stuck in a job that they hate. And you and I have the freedom to be wherever we want to be in the world.
Yeah. It's everything. I first read the 4-Hour Workweek back in whatever it was, 2007. And that was like my Bible. I'm like, because he painted that picture, and that's what a good marketer does, is they paint the picture and they make you feel like you're already there. Like they sell you the dream. And I was sold on the dream, man. I'm like, internet business on my laptop, travel. And I wanted to go to Thailand. That was my thing. I wanted to go to Thailand and learn Muay Thai. And I wanted to date, like, I had this vision. Like, my vision was like, I could go to like the beach and I could live there, and I don't have to go there for a week and then come back to like the snow in Canada. I could just go to the beach, and then work on my laptop, and then just like meet cute girls, party, and go in the ocean and just like basically retire. That's like the dream. It's like I can just go there and retire, because to me, working online is like basically like retiring. Well, the problem was I was still the kind of kid that I was. Like, I was still like a irresponsible guy. I didn't really have a work ethic. So I looked for all these magic bullets. So I always got scammed by all these courses and stuff. And then because I didn't value working, I tried everything to do to like make money online without working. But that never worked. I ended up homeless and all that stupid stuff, and like tried for years and years and years. What finally cracked for me was like, okay, I actually have to do stuff. And then when you do stuff, you get paid for it. So it's like it's because there's a couple people I'm mentoring, and one of them has a very hard time with work ethic. It's like, just doesn't want to work. And I'm just like, man, you got to work. But if you do something you like, and you find out what that is, you have to do a few things. It's not really work. I mean, like, I get to sit at the beach with coffee and type on my computer a bit. Like, I guess that's work, but like, is that really so bad? So the traveling thing has been pretty sick. Like, and now it's got to a point, like, first it was like backpacking type travel, where we would go, we couldn't even stay in one place for more than a couple of days. Where it's like, I know you, like you said, Frank, you got like a couple home bases, and you kind of do that, like, like you pin yourself down for little blocks of time. That's what we do now. We stick to one place now, so to speak, and then we travel all around for little mini vacations and stuff like that. So right now we have, I have a condo in the Philippines. Don't go there much. We have a condo here in Thailand. We have a mansion here in Phuket where our employees are and stuff. And we have vehicles and stuff, and it's more of like, it's more rooted. Because when you get started, you're making a few bucks here, you're trying to do it, you're like kind of backpacking, you're just trying to make it happen. You're like, and that's actually the piece of advice I want to give to anyone watching. Like, if you're going to get started, just buy a plane ticket and go, man. Like, even if you're like, I'm making like $500 a month online, like, it's not much. Get on a plane, go, because you'll figure it out real quick. When you have to, you will. And you'll do the backpacking thing for a while, and then you'll get like to a point like with Frank or like with me, where you kind of like, I want to do this a little more baller, a little more comfortable, because the older you get, the more you want your old man comforts or old woman comforts, where you're kind of like, I'd rather take I'd rather drive this time than, sit in the back of a fucking truck with chickens or something.
That's hilarious, man. So, dude, it's totally true. Like, when I first got started, I was in the real estate game, and my average commission checks were very substantial. And for me to get that kind of income from the online space, it took about 2 years. So if you're watching this and you either want to start really any business, really come into it where you're going to get your real ROI in year 2 or year 3. I've started several businesses. I've been self-employed since I was 20. I'm 30 now. All I know is the entrepreneurship game. And if you put those 2 to 3 years in, you can definitely, expect to see those results. Or what I've started doing lately is working with consultants like Mitch Miller, people like myself, people who offer value, who've already been there. And what we do is we fold time. So I'm showing you guys Mitch's page right now because he does a lot of masterminds. And these are people who are just getting started out. Maybe somebody like you who is stuck in a certain geographic area. Maybe you're attracted to this kind of lifestyle that we live, and you want to figure out the how. There's a lot of events like this worldwide. I do some here in Mexico. I do some in Colombia. Do some out, in Spain as well as Asia. And Mitch is doing some over here. So Mitch, talk to us about your events and your experience with the events out here.
Okay, cool. So the events are awesome because this is what is crazy. So anyone listening to this, if you are currently not taking action towards this, like, and I don't mean like you're not reading a book or something. I mean, if you're not actually going at it every day, even though you might not be getting results, if you're actually going at it, if you're not, then you don't even believe it's possible for you. And so this is why like the live stuff I love, because people come, and most of them don't have businesses, but we have some advanced ones, of course, where people are doing, millions of stuff. But like the for the average person who comes, they see that it's real. That's like the biggest thing. It's like, yeah, I can't really sell the masterminds on that idea. I'm just giving you guys like the inside baseball behind the curtain shit. It's like when they finally come and they realize, shit, this is real. They're in the room with people who are just like them, who are like maybe just a few years ahead, and they're actually doing it, and they go, oh shit, and they see it, and they see it's real, and they hear it come out of my voice in person, and like they feel like the truth coming out of my mouth or whatever, and they're just like, okay, it's real. And then that's usually what gets them to finally take action. They're like, oh, this is really real. It's like some part of them just didn't quite believe, even with the books and the online shit. But then when you see it in person, you really realize. And then the second thing about events is that I try to teach people, because they want to know, everyone wants to know the plan. What's the things I do? Like, give me the step-by-step plan. I get it. Like, that's very attractive. I still look for those too. Like, but the question you want to ask yourself when you still don't yet and really know what you're doing, the question you want to ask yourself is not what are the steps, what's the $1 million plan? You want to ask yourself, what skills do these people have where they can make their own fucking plan? They can make any plan. Because what people do, that people get skills, and then they use those skills, and they kind of bumble their way through, and then they make something work, and then they look back in the rearview mirror, and they go, okay, this, and this. All right, step-by-step guide, and then they fucking release that and sell that. Where if you get the skills, then you just pave your own path, so to speak. So you ask yourself, what are the skills? And then the last thing I'll say about this is just that, in my opinion, the number one skill to make money online is marketing, because that's what you're doing online. I mean, you're either selling someone's products or you're as an affiliate or whatever, as a middleman, you're either selling your own products or you're doing a service, or you're a consultant or a coach or something. There really ain't much else. You can fuck the surveys, fuck the dumb shit, fuck the, I'll sit here and like watch these videos for pennies. Don't do that shit, but so when you realize it's all about selling products and services, whether they're your own or somebody else, then you realize, oh, it's all marketing. And then you realize, what is marketing? Oh, all marketing is communication with people, getting a point across, selling a story, selling a product. Well, what is selling really, especially online? Words, the words you say. And they go, oh, okay. So you realize the number one skill that I could learn, the $1 million skill, and I learned it once and I got it for life, is copywriting.
Very, very well said. At the bottom line, marketing is just communication. And what I'm doing right now is I'm showing a few of your testimonials, because I literally feel the same way. Every time your video pops up in my timeline, they're short, they're to the point, and they're hard hitting. And even if it's like just a revisit to the fundamental for somebody who I would say like myself is advanced, I'm like, oh man, that's a way to see that. And that's really cool. It's just like really solidifies that, because repetition is the mother of all skill. And if you're somebody who's not initiated to this lifestyle and you're learning these concepts from people like yourself who've already been there, it's just a great way. And I wanted to show a few of your testimonials that you have up, because once you start to put yourself out there, whether you teach copywriting, whether you teach social media marketing or outsourcing or whatever you're teaching, whatever your value is to the marketplace, I promise you people like David are going to reach out to you and say, hey, Mitch, I just want to thank you for your recent post about blowing your head off. I realized that I got to put myself out there, no more screwing around, and then Gregos, you get these huge, long messages from all over the world. This guy's from Australia, and, just all these messages. I love the work you're doing. It's helped my copywriting skills like crazy. Even little things like that, it's crazy, because we motivate those people, but in return, you guys motivate us, because sometimes when we do videos, and I'm going to show one of your videos, which I thought was hilarious. You have a Halloween. All of your videos are hilarious. By the way, I gotta give a quick like backstory to this. The first time I fell in love with you, because you have a certain personality. If you don't actually listen to you, and if you just go off looks, like you kind of give off a certain vibe. And I'm talking, right? Like my profile picture is me smoking a cigar with sunglasses, looking down.
Yeah. It's all mafia boss style.
Right. So, but we have that same effect with people. But when I first watched one of your videos, you were doing story time with a bunch of little Filipino kids, and you were like, it's story time, and you're promoting your book, Follow the White Rabbit, and it was just like 90 seconds, and you were telling a story about there was this guy named Dave, and Dave hated his. And it's gotten more and more sinister and evil, and you're like talking to kids. It was just hilarious. And I was like, I like this guy. And that's when I fell in love with your brand, dude. And I probably was your friend for like 6 or 7 months, and I was like, man, this guy's really good, but he's giving off a certain impression, and I didn't give him a chance. But if you feel like a strong impression is a bad thing, it's actually a great thing, because I remembered who he was. I felt very strongly about him, either positively or negatively. But either way, I felt I wasn't vanilla. I didn't feel neutral about him. I knew who he was, and I had a very strong emotional reaction to him. Then, after me being bored one day and taking a look at one of his videos, I listened to him. He's like, man, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. He's hilarious, and I like him. And I'm a fan for life. You already won me over, but it took a long time for that to happen, which is why I brought up that 2-year timeline earlier. But one of your videos over here that I really enjoyed was you wearing like this Halloween mask and just, right here, bedtime stories. This is the kind of style that you like. It's very like Donnie Darko type of stuff.
Yeah. I tried. Oh yeah, there you go.
And confidence in themselves. He was a goddamn criminal. Why? Because even though he had 31 seasons of a free painting TV show, he also sold advanced training videos, in-person coaching, and branded art supplies. Now, this is not okay for many people, and to them it's criminal. And the same goes for our industry too. Why the hell would I buy your courses when I can piece together all the right information online for free? Do it then? Anyway, yeah, you can piece it all together for free, and you're right, it should all be free. In fact, let's close down and make free anything selling music, art, education, all coaching, consulting, all tutoring, all authors, all universities and classes. Let's also make audible.com free and all books on amazon.com free too. Let's also shame anyone who's a personal trainer, because you can find that information free too. And while we're at it, let's throw in lawyers, architects, bakers, electricians. How dare they capitalize on their knowledge when it's clearly found in other places for free? Bob Ross was a criminal. Dave Grohl is a sinner, and Frank Kern should be beheaded. So let's do the right thing and shame, arrest, and imprison anyone selling their business knowledge, because it's evil. I wish we could just burn down anyone making money at the stake who's with me.
Jesus, I mean, this is like, I love this stuff, and I wanted to make something before I have you contribute and break this down for everybody. But you only had 168 views on your business page, and you had 540 views on your personal page. So as we know, Facebook gives you more organic reach, and you have to pay for traffic. But even though you had a total of like 700 views, those 700 people that saw that are extremely interested in what you have to offer. And if you think about it, and you imagine 700 people in like an arena or a stadium, that's a lot of people, guys, and they're really interested in what you have to offer. So why do you make videos like this, Mitch?
So it's fascinating. So, and this is something I learned. Like, I just did that first Storytime one. And the backstory of this one is simply I want to promote our book. And I thought, what's the best way to promote a book over time than to read a chapter a week? And I thought, well, fuck, I don't want to just read a chapter. What would be a hilarious way to read a chapter? Because if you don't stand out, then you're not doing anything. And I can't do things just like everybody else. I have to do them differently. I still do what works, but I have to do it my own way. And that's a downfall to making money, actually. I mean, to be honest, that's always having to do something different will stop you from making the most amount of money. But you will make the most amount of impact by doing something unique. So we decided to do this story time thing. So we're going to do this once a week. Once a week, we run one chapter. And as a strategy for you guys, we'll record all 52 at the same time. And then we never have to worry about filming. You just release one a week. And then we just release one chapter a week. The old man, huge erection, releasing. And then, no pun intended. And then, people can go buy the book. So I'm just kind of force feeding the book into them. There's 160 chapters. So, a whole year's worth at one chapter a week is only 52 of the chapters, only a third of them. But anyway, the whole deal with my marketing, and the crazy thing is everything I've done has been organic until just recently started doing paid traffic. So now that we're doing paid traffic, the one video that we're leading with, that's got 60,000 views, 300 something shares, 2,000 likes. And that was just to my people who are already are into my stuff. We haven't gone to public yet with that. We wanted to build up that's actually a tip for everyone listening too. We wanted to build up the not organic, but get all the people who already like you to kind of put social proof on that video. And then when you go to public, people I'll just go along automatically, and the wave keeps going or whatnot. But my marketing is, I really want people to think. I grew up listening to Marilyn Manson, and I grew up with George Carlin, Louis C.K., Joe Rogan, people who go against the grain and people who make people think. And this is why I'm in it for the long game. I know that old man mask thing, that video that you guys just saw, 500 views on my personal page, not very good engagement, especially a lot of my written posts will get 100, 200 shares, 400 likes easily. But the video won't. And you'll see, Frank, it'll be a year. I'll have to do them for a year for anyone to really care. Gary Vaynerchuk did his wine library for I think it was 24 months without anyone caring at all. And so it just takes a long time for people to try up to new things. But this is the number one thing in marketing is it's called marketing incest. I learned this from Dan Kennedy. If you do what everybody else does and in the same way, then you're just going to be just like them, and it's just going to work mediocre. But if you really want to make an impact, you got to get attention in this day and age, man.
100%, man, 100%. And I always see your post getting several hundred likes and views. I just saw an interesting video that you did. It had about 1.3 thousand organic views from your personal page, which I truly resonate with. And it was this right here: evading taxes and going offshore. When to screw the government and when to play nice. I watched this video and I was thinking about that Lil Wayne's line in the Drake song where he's like, "I'm on one," and he was like, the feds listening. What money?
That's hilarious. So yeah, I didn't even know that got views. I don't look at my view count, unfortunately. That's something I've been lazy because we do so much stuff. I'm so prolific. It's hard to look back. So 1,300. That's pretty cool. The headline's a little bit of I do talk about that, but it's kind of if you guys want those headlines get attention. It's anyone who's remotely interested in the subject, you can't not watch that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you're Canadian, you conduct business overseas, and there's a lot of opportunities that you see with living more of a global lifestyle and a global business lifestyle. What would you say to somebody who is a Canadian or American or somebody in their own country? What are the benefits of doing stuff overseas?
Well, number one thing to consider is above all financial benefits is simply where do you want to be happy? So that's where I base everything off of. I mean, I have some fucking haters, man. They'll be like, well, you had to run away from Canada to make $5 a month so that you can do your little internet marketing scam from Thailand. It's no, dude, my monthly bill is my monthly expenses are triple your income, and it doesn't matter what country I live in. It has nothing to do with that. I went to Thailand. My first time I went overseas, I went to Thailand, and it was where I'm what is this? This is everyone's happy. Everyone's cool. The food is to die for. There's beaches and jungles and there's fucking monkeys and it's Buddhist. I'm man, this is amazing. And then, and so number one, it's to people listening, go somewhere you actually want to live. Number two, if it's a bonus that you get that the currency works in your favor, because Tim Ferriss said in the 4-Hour Workweek, he said, pay employees in rupees, you know, spend your money in pesos and, you know, make your money and receive payments in dollars or something. So it's smart no matter where you are in the world. I don't care if you're Canadian, charge US dollars. You know, if you're Australian, charge US dollars. Charge the highest currency, and especially since like the US is like considers itself, for whatever weird reason, people consider it like an anchoring thing. Then if you're in the Philippines, you charge US dollars, and so that's the like the whole like arbitrage thing that works in your favor. It's like, but on the flip side, if you really love Denmark, go live in Denmark and just make enough money. You know what I mean? Like, just live in Denmark then. It's like, sorry, you don't get the, you know, the currency conversion in your favor. But that's number one, is like, just pick where you want to be. Like, if Thailand was the most like expensive place in the world, if it was up there with like Denmark and Sweden and stuff, I'd still be here. So that's one thing, is like, for you guys want to make money online, understand that freedom isn't, let me make a few bucks and see where I can squeeze myself in. Freedom is fucking freedom. We're like, I don't like anything I want on this earth is mine. So if it's Denmark and it's expensive, then I'm going to fucking make enough money to live in Denmark, and it's going to be great. So I'd say that's the main thing, is like, you choose where you want to be. It just so happens if you love places like Thailand and Asia, it's incredible because it's like a playground for you. It's like you're instantly 5 times wealthier than you would be, say, in the United States. Like, I charge US dollars for whatever we do. And the fact that I'm living in Thailand, my money goes so far that you're extremely wealthy here, and you can live a lifestyle. You can hack a lifestyle that you would have. So it's like basically like going 5 years ahead, right? So like, if that makes sense, it's like you're going years ahead by all of a sudden taking whatever amount of money you do make, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just multiply it by 5 instantly. It's like taking your bank account and just like times it by 5, boom, instantly.
It's crazy. I always do this thing when I land into the airport in the Philippines, where I'll take $100 American bills, and I'm like, watch me do a magic trick. And I go to the little currency exchange, and one $100 bill turns into 5,000 Filipino pesos, and I'm like, ta-da! And I'm like, I could live off this for like 3 weeks, like without even just chilling, you know, and just go out and eat some regular food. And people are like, oh man, that's crazy. And then they're like, I could never invest in myself or my business. But then they go to the bar and spend like $150 every night, you know, $600 a weekend. And they're just like, oh, I'm so poor all the time and I can't ever get ahead. And I'm like, man, you just got to figure out how the game works. So I don't want to monopolize any of your time. It's Friday night in Thailand. You got some lovely ladies to attend to over there, and I don't want to keep you up for too much, but I do want to help you promote one of your programs that you have, your confidence program. Talk to us about your confidence program.
Okay, so I used to not have confidence, so that's why I have a confidence program. It's not because like, hey, let me just sell something that will sell. It's I used to have terrible confidence, and so I had a lot of mentors, I had a lot of people that I started learning from. And it was all from different industries. So I had people from the business industry teaching me some stuff. I had people from the dating industry teaching me stuff, people from psychology, old school guys like Wayne Dyer and stuff like that. And what happened over the years is like, I became more confident. And now I pretty much have it nailed to the point where, you know, people who don't know me think I'm like really fucking arrogant and stuff. And really I found out some like, I call them instant confidence secrets because it's a really catchy sounding headline, but it's true. There's like quick ways to have instant confidence. Like, and so what I did is I did a little video program. It's like 11 videos, and it's all different things you can do to get quick instant confidence. Like, for example, one of them has to do with understanding that, like, here's a trippy concept. This is going to this blew my mind when I fucking figured this out. It'll blow people's minds. So it's like, we think in order to be confident, we need to have reasons to be confident. Like, I have this good job, or I make this amount of money online, or I have this pair of shoes, or this person likes me, or I'm fucking have 6-pack abs. All these reasons that you think that you need to be confident, those are the reasons that will always keep you not confident, because it's the moving line. You get the 6-pack, it's like, then you feel bad because you want the 8-pack. You get the Air Jordans, and then fucking 2 weeks later when they're kind of dirty, all of a sudden you're less confident. So you're putting your confidence in things. And so what I found out, the secret, is to actually be confident for no reason at all. It's because if you're confident for literally no reason at all, then nobody could take it away from you, including yourself. And so the entire program is like, specifically, how do we do that? How do we get to the point where we believe that? Because a kid believes that. Kid has this like self-esteem, like a little kid running around, doesn't give a shit. Kids are confident from the start. And so we kind of unlearn how to be confident. So I have a bunch of ways to get yourself to a point where you're confident for literally no reason. And that's a good thing. That's called self-esteem. You get back to your roots as what you're meant to be. Because basically we get wounded along the way. And then we feel like people make us feel like we need reasons to be confident. No, you don't need reasons to feel good about yourself, man. It's like you can feel good about yourself because you're a human alive on this earth and you deserve to feel good because you're alive. So it's a program that has like, I think it's 11 videos, and it's all different cool mind fucking tricks and exercises and all sorts of cool things that actually work, that build up your confidence really quickly. Not like, 8 years from now, but like really quickly, like within the day. Like there's one exercise I do where you have to close your eyes and do this thing and actually walk across the room with your eyes closed and stuff. You'll feel instantly confident, or more confident when you do it. So then you realize it's all a game with your own head. That's the whole point. So yeah, it's like $7 because like I said, I want to make it available to everybody. So that's the deal with that guy. And
where do you get it? How do we get it?
I believe I'm probably going to botch this. I think it's opposedmediasocial.com/confidence. I believe so.
Hopefully I can spell.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just waiting for that Mexican coconut Wi-Fi. There we go. So this is nice. It right here. If anything, it's worth checking out the copy here because the copy's just on point. You can already tell it's got the chunking. It's got the calls to action. It's got the testimonial.
If you guys want to learn copywriting or see a good example, that one is incredible. I just realized how egoic I sounded. Because here's the truth is I don't feel like I write the copy. I feel like it comes through me. So that's why I'm so cocky about it. Because when I finish it, I don't even realize what I wrote. And a lot of musicians are like that too. They're like, I can't take credit for this song because it just like came out of me. The point is, it's really good copy and it works. And I hope you guys study it and get a lot of it.
Word up. And I'm gonna end off with this, dude, because we found the video. Our producers have buzzed in. It's just me on But here's the video of you talking to the kids. So first and foremost, before we play this, where did you find these kids?
Okay, so when I had the idea to do this, I was in the Philippines at the time. I wanted to do this. So my girlfriend Carla, she knew a bunch of ladies who had children. So what we did is we went to like one of these daycare places in the mall. We said, hey, can we rent this place out for an hour? That's all we need. So they said, they don't usually do that, but they said, okay, we'll do that. And so we did that. And then what we did is we convinced the moms to bring the kids. And we convinced them by saying we give them all the moms gift certificates to buy jewelry at the store at the mall that day. And then we convinced the kids to want to come because they're going to get to play in this playpen, for free, and they're going to get lunch from McDonald's. So we had them buy the McDonald's. And then what we did is we got them all in there, and I was all dressed up. We had the camera crew ready. And then I sat down and I did the first part of the video that you guys will see. Like I did the first part where I'm talking to the kids. And then I did the second part where it gets more and more sinister. And I start like, you guys will see, more and more sinister. And at that point, that was long after the kids went away. So there's a point where you don't see the kids anymore, but it looks like the same shot and then my speech is getting darker and more twisted. The kids aren't actually there anymore. And then what we did is like when we finished the original shot with the kids, we just let the kids play and eat lunch. So everyone won, and that was the deal with that shoot.
This is the video that I saw. I saw this on Facebook on your personal page. This is the video, and I was like, Mitch is my boy for life.
Welcome, everyone. Today I want to talk about dreams. You have dreams. I have dreams. And dreams are special because we can be, do, and have anything we want in life. Don't let anyone take your dreams because you deserve it. You're worth it. And you have your entire lives ahead of you. So hold on to your dreams because the sad truth is most adults trade their dreams in for a life of laziness and quiet desperation. And they become afraid. And they care what other people think of them. And they live their entire lives lingering behind the shadows of truth because they want to get rich. They want to make those big moves. They want to be successful, but they never do. Instead, they just settle. They take their dreams and they chain them in the back of their mind, and they starve them. And those dreams will begin to rot them from the inside out. And they don't think for themselves anymore. And they become fat and broke and miserable and alone and full of fear and regret. Because they've been walking around their entire lives looking for a miracle instead of realizing that they were the miracle. But it's too late. Because that drive, passion, and hunger that they once had burning deep inside of them has died. Don't let that happen to you.
Dude, this is gangster, bro.
Oh, man. That was such a fun time. But it's so dramatic. It's so over the top. Like what is that? Like, that's some crazy shit. Like, it starts out so innocent, but like still looks twisted. Like, I almost look like a pedophile or something.
Bro, Mitch, dude, I'm not going to monopolize any more of your time. We've gone over way of our time. I want to respect your time, but thank you so much for coming on and serving the talent tribe, the millennial marketers, everybody who's an entrepreneur, a wantrepreneur, a solopreneur, and who wants to start their own social media marketing agency. If you found value in this episode, make sure you reach out to Mitch and tell him that the talented one sent you. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, follow Mitch, because he's definitely, I've been following him for almost a year now, and every time he shows up, it's just, I'm learning something new, I'm learning something fresh. It's great stuff. So follow my boy. Mitch, before we jump off, man, do we got anything that you want to share with the audience?
No, only that, like, hey, those of you starting to make money online already, you made it past you broke through. So you're on your way. All we can do is give you a pat on the ass. You're fucking good. For everyone who hasn't broken through yet, just broken through that wall, just know that if you keep taking action, especially with all the information that you got from Frank and all these people who like point you in the right direction, you literally cannot not make it unless you just stop along the way, unless you just like give up or get scared or you give up. If you don't give up, like, here's what's crazy. There's no one on earth who hasn't reached their goal as long as they just didn't give up. Like, that's like the secret of the world, man. It's like, hasn't made money yet and you're getting a little frustrated or you're wondering how long it's going to take, well, the answers will take as long as it fucking takes. For some people, it's a month. For some people, it's 10 years. It took me 10 years of trying to make money online before I was able to make consistent money online. That's pretty pathetic, pretty sad. However, it is what it is, and it's worth it. 10 years will go by anyway. It's like, you either get there or you don't. So you just understand that the path that you're on is your own. And so don't compare yourself to other people or the momentum of other people or the success or failure or, whatever, the progress of other people. Play your own game. And as long as you keep going, you have to get there.
Word up, man. All right, guys, great episode. We'll see you on the next one. If you haven't checked out the other videos, make sure you check out the other videos. Hasta luego y saludos desde Acapulco, Mexico.